Welcome to another episode of I'm Tired of Being Right All the Time. My name is Johnny Wright, President and CEO of the Biosphere. And today, I am tired of being right about the Gap. No, not the clothing stores. That thing's still around. I spent more money at one visit at the Gap when I was about 25 years old. They swarm, and you talk about knowing how to sell, how to pimp. I went in there for a belt, and I walked out with an entire ensemble. The gap between the relationship that you're having with your customers and the one that they are having with you. There is a gap. I want to tell you how to bridge the gap with 3 easy steps here in just a moment. But let's talk about the relationship we have with anyone, not just customers, coworkers, our significant others. Why is there this gap? Well, let me demonstrate a really hilarious and true example of 2 people being in a relationship that are never in the same relationship. The sooner that we come to understand that, the more impactful this training, these 3 tips I want to give you will be, and the happier we will be as human beings. This is what I will call the sheet incident. You can see this very large sheet. It looks like we took shrapnel, and there was a war going on out here on the south side of Des Moines. Look out. So my wife last week and I are removing this sheet from the bed, and I take note, holy sheets to lown, torn sheets to crown. We're removing this sheet from the bed, and I notice the hole in it. And so does my wife. My wife turns to me and says, here, you can hand me that. I'll throw it away. I'll throw the sheet away. Now, my wife is very smart, and she understands me quite well. She kind of knew before I knew that when I saw the hole in the sheet, I was thinking, cool. This will now go on easier. Yes, this is better, man. This is awesome. In fact, I want to go get the other sheets in the cupboard and tear those like this. This can be very helpful. Fitted sheets, my butt. Are you kidding? No, there's nothing fitted about these crazy things. It takes all day to get these things, especially got one of them poofy top mattresses like we do. So my wife and I see this, and I'm saying, bullshit, we're going to throw this thing away. And she's saying, yes, we are. And of course, she won, but I saved it out of the garbage for this demonstration. So 2 people in a relationship not having the same relationship with each other or with things or with stuff, right? It's hard to be when you're living with someone and you love someone. And my wife, Lori, our VP of Operations, my beautiful wife, known her for 12 years, even we have different perceptions of the same moment. So let alone your customer who is circles of influence away from you in a further out orbit. How do you bridge the gap? Well, here are the 3 steps that can help bridge it. My wife and I use these in our own relationship. The first is focus. Focus on being accurate, not right. We have a penchant. We have part of our survival instinct as human beings. We want to be right. We want to dominate. That desire and drive clouds our perception. The truth is that being accurate is much more important than being right. Who cares if I'm right or wrong? I want to be accurate. I want to understand as a business owner, as a leader. I get my little graphic here. Be the kind of leader that you would want to follow. These are some of the steps. So make no assumptions. Making assumptions that customers love you because they're smiling in front of you will break your heart. How often has a customer said, oh my gosh, I love the experience, and then a week later, they write a 1-star Google review. That stinks. And you hate it. It's like, dude, all you had to do was just tell me I was right here. We are conflict averse as human beings, unless you live in New York City, and then you're the opposite of conflict averse, but for the rest of us, we are conflict averse. We don't like telling people that they have disappointed us on some level, especially face to face. And so making no assumptions. Some of the worst disasters in history were based upon an assumption. NASA made an assumption that the O-rings would be okay at 20 degrees. That turned out to not be true. The builders of the Titanic assumed that they would never hit an iceberg that would break through more than 4 compartments. And they hit one that broke into 7 or something or other. James Cameron's got all that in a movie somewhere. Listen, if engineers spending years and years can't get it right, then we're going to struggle as human beings to get that right. So make no assumptions. Focus on being accurate instead of being right. Number 2, ask open-ended questions. So ask is the actual word. Focus is number 1. Ask, number 2. Ask open-ended questions. What is an open-ended question? It is a question that requires something other than a yes or no response. For example, tell me how your experience was with us, customer, versus, did you have a good experience with us, customer? That's a closed-ended question, requires a yes or no. Did you have a good experience, yes or no? Versus, tell me about your experience. It's open-ended. It requires more thought. You want to drill down. So drill down with open-ended questions. Forget the risk and take the fall. Be okay with people telling you that you messed up. That's the whole idea. You want to bridge the gap. You want to get closer to the experience that they had because it's the customer's experience that matters. You can think you're all that in a sliced piece of bread, but if they think you're poopy pants, this is going to kill your business and customer count and every other thing. So remember that humans are conflict averse. And so you've got to give them a pathway to telling you the truth, the real truth, the truth inside of them. So the first question you ask a customer is, tell me about your experience. Second question you ask them is, what can we do to make your experience better? I want to build a better business. I want to build a better machine. I want to build a better customer service model. I want to get better at this. Tell me what I need to do that. They still may struggle. That's why, not just in person, but do a questionnaire, SurveyMonkey. We send out anonymous feedback links to our customers, our Biosphere clients, for them to fill out and give us, I want to know if we're stinking up the joint. I'd much rather you tell me the truth, and that allows us to improve. And that goes into step 3, train to get better. So number 1, focus on being accurate, not right. 2, ask open-ended questions, drill down, figure out really what's going on inside the customer. And 3, train to get better. Review and redo. Learning is constant. Train, and train again. Once you think you got it figured out, got to laugh at us and say, nah, let me show you. You don't have it figured out. The business owner who thinks they got it all figured out is the worst kind of business owner because they're going to be stuck while everyone around them passes them by. So, the 3 simple tools: growth and improvement, focus on being accurate, not right, ask open-ended questions of your customers, train. Yes, I want you to get fat. Getting super fat will help you be the kind of leader that other people will follow. For more training tips, suggestions, advice, anything we can do to help create clarity inside your business, please visit our YouTube channel. I'm tired of being right all the time. You can also catch me on LinkedIn, Facebook, the Biosphere Facebook page, wherever great social media products are sold. Until next time, I'm tired of being right all the time. Boom!